Kyle Bradge from Chaparral Motorsports, here in the booth here with Rick at Rick's Motorsport Electric. Now, you guys do a lot of cool stuff for the industry, lots of aftermarket electronic components. Tell me a little bit about your company and kind of how it got started and what you guys do.
Started about 40 years ago, right, Amanda?
Yep, and we started as a small repair shop and salvage center.
That's cool.
So that's how we have our roots in the repair business.
Okay.
And it evolved into manufacturing electrical parts because that's the stuff that we would get the call for mostly.
Okay, so you guys are like, hey, I need a replacement this, and you're guys, okay, we keep getting these calls for replacements.
Why don't we make those?
And we're just giving them a used piece, but we can give you a brand new piece that performs as well, if not better, than the O.E.M.
Exactly.
That's a much better price point.
That's cool. So Regulator Rectifiers, I think, is the first time that I heard of your company. I've purchased several of those. I got one of my 950 Super Enduro. I've put them in lots of bikes over the years. Really high quality components, really well made. And then you got coils here, we got starters. What else? As far as you guys' product line goes, is that it, or is there more to the?
No, we do the generating part with the stators, and then we use the control device of the rectifier regulator, so we make that. We do a lot of starting components, starter motors, pieces of the starter motors, kits.
Oh, interesting.
All of that stuff, and everything comes with a 1-year warranty.
1-year warranty, there you go. So this is a typical Stator. Can you tell me about the parts that are in here?
Yeah, this Stator here is a typical 3-phase Stator that's found in most all motorcycles, ATVs, even the dirt bikes now are running a 3-phase type Stator.
So at what point in time would you need to upgrade your Stator to a more high outputs?
There's no reason to have to upgrade it until it goes bad. You're working with a limited space, so a lot of these Stators are not necessarily something that you can that it can make more power on. It's pretty much a replacement thing, unless there's room to do that. And if we find that there's room to do it, we do it.
So can you explain the components of a regulator rectifier?
Okay, so the rectifier regulator is a device that controls the voltage point that's going out to charge the battery. It takes the alternating current that the Stator produces and rectifies it and turns it into DC, and that's what the system can use.
Now, are all your components plug and play, same connectors as O.E.M.?
We strive to give plug and play as much as we can, but we also offer a universal for some of these obscure items or obscure models that we would like to be able to service as well.
Perfect. Can you talk a little about the starter motors?
Okay, so starter motors. We strive to do as good a job as the O.E.M. or better. A lot of the units we've converted from field coil type units to a permanent magnet, and we found that system works better. It's a stronger unit, and we're always looking to upgrade as well as take care of the stock requirement.
Now, as far as your components, what makes it different than the O.E.M.? Like, what do you guys build into these things to make them more robust?
We want to be as good as O.E.M., if not better. Sometimes we'll find an area where the O.E.M.s fell short, and we'll do some research to make the product more robust, larger gauge wire, different components inside, something to enhance the part as much as you can with the confined space that you have to work with.
Nice. Yeah, I did a high output version on the 950, and like the cabling on that was way more robust than the O.E.M. piece.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let's jump back a little bit. Yeah. So just a little bit of electronic 101. How does this whole system work?
Actually, the Stator stands still. That's why they call it the Stator. Oh. And the rotor turns around that. So it creates a magnetic field that the Stator is made of a laminated steel, and there's copper wire around it. And as the magnet goes around, it induces a current to come out, goes into the rectifier regulator. It's alternating current. It gets converted to DC to charge the battery. That's how all the systems work. They feed off the DC from the battery.
Perfect. Now the regular rectifier actually only puts a certain amount of juice towards the battery, correct?
It limits the voltage at 14.5 to 14.8.
Okay.
Okay. Everything else that the system does not use gets shunted off as heat. That's why all these things are finned.
Perfect.
One of the areas that we specialize in is vintage stuff. That's a passion of mine. I like the older Asian, Japanese motorcycles, and we do a lot of stuff like this CBX CDI box configuration here. You can't get it from Honda anymore, and so we make it. We do a lot of things like that. Old 350 Honda, KZ 900, Suzuki GS 1750. A lot of that stuff is not available from the O.E.M. anymore, and we like to be able to service all of our customers. It's an up-and-coming field. Vintage. What was old is new again.
And what else would the consumer need to know?
The consumer really should be educating themselves as best they can as to what product they'll need. And we have some YouTube videos that help people diagnose that. So education is the biggest thing.
There you go. So if your vehicle has an electronic component problem, starting issue, battery not holding a charge issue, anything like that, Rick's has products that are going to be able to get your bike safely back on the road and probably more reliable than stock. I'm Kyle from Chaparral Motorsports. Please take a look at chatmoto.com to learn more about these unique products. Until next time, take care and ride safe.